One of the most important features of holiday camps is the competition system. Campers and their families are pitched against each other at every possible opportunity, all in the name of fun, of course.
Faster! Faster! Go!
One of the main jobs for the pink coats is encouraging the competitive spirit. It's what gives the camp its energy. 60s holiday camps were famous for silly competitions like these.
How do they feel, Janet?
Bony.
Bony!
With a bewildering variety of activities and categories, everyone stood a chance of winning a prize.
This week's most loveliest legs winner!
Dads would run things like 800 metres with great big stomachs like that and just like trousers on with braces. And the terribly red faces from the sun and everything else was white. Looked like fat matches.
Never fella won the knobbly knees. He was like a hero all round the camp. He got a certificate. I won the Butland's knobbly knees competition, July 1965.
The outsiders, horse number 2, so come on down.
Today is Donkey Derby Day, one of the highlights in the 60s.
Slap his backside with the loose end of the rein and he'll go nicely.
With the bookies open, there are shillings to be won, which means extra drinks in the bar tonight.
9 bob I got.
9 bob ain't good enough.
No, that ain't good enough.
Go!
It seems that the prospect of warm beer and baby sham is giving the races an edge.
More money, so we'll have some drinks tonight if they ever open the bar.
Cut out to right, back out, back into the left, charge for home, ride the headline.
As in the 60s, the highlight is the kids' race. It's also the most challenging, as the children, often with no riding experience, ride bareback and hope for the best.
I've never raced a donkey before, and this one doesn't seem very nice.
A devil-may-care attitude was essential to the holiday camp spirit. There was no compensation culture 40 years ago. Taking part was what counted, whatever the risks.
Donkey Derby, and one of the high points of the week. For the spectators, there can be money in it. By pure chance, the most they fancy, a 2 bob a ticket, wins.
We used to get behind the donkey and we used to smack it with a bit of straw. The thing used to jump up in the air and throw the kid off. You daft bugger. When you stay on, it just cost us a fortune.
You could have like an 8-inch gash in your arm and they put iodine on it and that was the end of it.
The health and safety standards, we wouldn't have a holiday camp if it was like that now.
True to form, the donkeys are in control. But whereas Ben Alliston displays the competitive spirit, Danielle Coupland causes some alarm by staying on the ground.
The winning jockey! Number 4, the jockey! You're doing well.
Thanks, John. It's John now. She just fell off the donkey, John.
Come in, please.
Danielle's Uncle Andy is concerned. He had a few shillings on her.
It was a shame, really, because she was winning. And she was really looking forward to it, but I think it's all right. I think it's good.
That's right, on the other side.
That's right.
Kicked you down.
Okay.
Right, come on then, get back on, rematch.
It didn't look like much, but Danielle's 60s spirit only goes so far. She's off to her chalet for some 21st century mollycoddling.
Orderly queue now, please.
The campers seem to have forgotten about the morning's drama. But Major Rees hasn't. He's received intelligence about 2 other campers' roles in last night's illegal party.
Right, well, I would like to see 2 people this evening in my office, please, at 5:30 promptly in my office, 5:30 this evening, Mr. Oates and Miss Della Ragione. 5:30, my office. Thank you.
Fancy, so we've got to go and see the Major, sober.
Sober? I'm always sober, Tubby. Oh, God, Dave.
Oh, dear, I'll have to go on my trousers and wash my shirt.
Whoa!
Ah, they call me Chubby because I'm a little fat geezer. My name's Arthur. No one's called Arthur. Cheers. That's why they call me Chubby. Now retired, one of the good things is he'll be able to spend more time in the pub.
I think it's very handy for him to be sandwiched between two pubs.
Real ale. You can't beat real ale. You don't want this stuff, this fizzy junk, foreign lagers and things. Proper beer. But I like a pub, I mean, not just for the drinking, but the social side of it. And that's why it's like the holiday camps were in the old days. Sociable.
Bus Pass booze thief Chubby Oates has dressed up for his dressing down with the Major.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Do sit down. I've received some evidence that you might have been involved in last night's little session which resulted in those two boys being expelled. Do talk to me about it, please.
No, I wasn't involved in last night's little session.
You were not in the room at all?
I was not in the room at...
You didn't import any beer for them?
I was responsible for finding the stash of booze.
And you half-inched it?
No, I didn't I only half-inched a couple of bottles of beer. Mainly because of the ridiculous licensing rules here.
Well, that's not really a matter for you to decide. And they didn't belong to you, did they?
Well, I don't know who they belong to.
Well, did they belong to you?
Well, no.
Well, that's the end of the discussion. And I'm extremely disappointed of all the people in this camp that you're the one who appears to have stolen, because be under absolutely no illusion, stealing is what it was.
That's true.
Well, I'm going to think about it overnight, and I will let you know tomorrow morning what my action's going to be.
I do apologise for doing it, obviously, but
Well, I thank you for your apology. I shall bear that in mind too.
OK, sir.
I'll see you tomorrow morning.
OK, thank
you.
Go
and sin no more.
I'll have a go. Thanks. No, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have done it at all. I'm ashamed that I did do it, when it all boils down. But on the other hand, it was a giggle.
Joanna's dressed up for the Major too. She was in the boys' room last night, but no one's quite sure why she's been summoned.
Now, you see, that's a particularly fine shape of a young creature there, who in no way shames the human race.
Do you want to have that?
I'll have it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, all the very best for you.
Did you take any beer or anything in with you?
Yes, I had a glass.
Where did you get that from?
The bar.
Yeah, but did you know that you weren't to take alcohol back to your chalets?
Yes, I was aware that we were...
And that you're not supposed to go to other people's chalets after lights out? Did you read the rules?
Yes, I did read the rules.
Fine. And you broke them?
Yes, I'm aware. I'm really sorry. I feel really bad.
If you continue to do this, then I'm going to have to review your continuance here too.
No, it won't happen again, Major.
It will definitely not happen again.
Definitely not happen again, ever. Not in the next 2 weeks.
Right. I shall see you tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Off you go.
Have a good evening, Major.
You too.
I will do. Thank you.
Close the door after you, please.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.
I bet he didn't even get past admiring your tits.
With lines like that, Chubby's a hit with the younger campers. But tonight, some other oldies get their chance to shine.
Fun for all! Tonight it's the glamorous grandmother competition, one of the highlights of your stay here at Camp Sunshine. We're going to ask for some of our granddaughters and younger ladies to help our grannies get as glamorous as they can this evening, because I'm sure you'll do a great job. So we're going to ask, first of all, for Sophie and Elizabeth, if you would like to come over and see Alex, Leanne and Colleen.
But great-gran Elizabeth from the Thompson family isn't keen on taking part.
The thought of me competing with a lot of beautiful young grandmothers. They think, no, who's that old lady? No, a great-grandmother, yes.
Elizabeth's attitude is not uncommon for a person of her background. The Thompson family are a little out of place in this old-fashioned working-class atmosphere.
Hello!
But like today's theme parks, old-style holiday camps had their middle-class fans.
There were one or two posh people came along, But they stood out like sore thumbs, you know. Anyone who's big like that, you know.
We weren't working class, I suppose. You would have said we were professional middle class. My father was a scientist, a government scientist. I don't know what sort of time my parents really had there. I can't imagine that it was that much fun for them, but for me, a little girl, it was like being inside a fairground.
With so many attractions on offer, most middle-class parents were pestered into going by their children.
Because every little child you knew, no matter what class they were, wanted to go to Butlins. You know, it was Never Neverland, fairy time. You know, it was great.
Dragged in by their kids and harangued into all sorts of embarrassing things, it's not surprising some felt a little out of place.
We looked down on the punters a little bit. We thought of them as being a bit working class and a bit tacky.
Given choice, which holiday? Well, I don't really think I'd choose this. I do admire people that come on holidays like this, but I really don't think it's for me.
But at the Sunshine Camp, it's only fun for all if it's all for fun.
What's this rumour I'm hearing that you don't want to come into my glamorous grandmother competition?
I'm not an ordinary grandmother. I'm a great-grandmother.
That doesn't matter. That's just a grandmother. That's all. The rules are, the fact you're a grandmother allows you entry, so no more excuses. I won't take no for an answer.
You've got to do it. I have never been to a holiday camp in my life.
I can't think of anything worse than going to a holiday camp. That's the truth. The people that go and their hideous children.
We've been abroad, we've been to Thailand, we've been to America, we've been on 4 cruises.
She always dresses for dinner. Home, away, cruise, caravan. She dresses for dinner. That's how glam she is. She's the most glamorous lady I know.
I'm happy and I'm in good health. Nothing to complain about.
She has an opinion on everything.
She does have an opinion.
She has no problem with telling you.
Now my Sophie, I tell her she'll never get another boyfriend because she's too fat.
When she's awake, she's very demanding, and when she's asleep, she's fabulous.
She's a formidable force, but even Elizabeth has relented.
Hello.
She'll prepare for the competition after all, with great-granddaughter Sophie.
Yeah, she wasn't too keen on it, but I managed to persuade her. So I think she's looking quite forward to it. I don't think she really understood what was going on, but I think she's quite keen to do it now.
Heaven knows what I shall look like now.
She's getting old, you know, this could be the last holiday that we have with her. I think she's a bit of an asset to the Thompsons, actually. Quite lucky. Age means a lot.
Those grannies without granddaughters at the camp have adopted for the evening. Selma is paired with Joanna, and Janet is paired with Ellie.
Got my granny for the evening out yet, so I'm looking after her and getting her ready and all glammed up. So you picked your costume, haven't you?
I've got me.
She's looking gorgeous and she's just going to get her hair done now.
Exciting, isn't it? It's like getting ready for a wedding.
I don't think there's any competition. I think I've won it. I really do. I feel so beautiful.
I think we're in with a fantastic chance. I reckon.
What do you want me to do now? Smile, love, cry, or what?
The grannies will soon be taking the stage. And with newly made up Elizabeth growing in confidence, it's shaping up to be some contest. Still to come, it's high noon with handbags for the grannies.
I was Miss Airline of the Year in Hamburg. Also, I was Miss Airline of the Year in Beirut.
And a lesson in how not to treat a lady.
I'm going to have some dirty slag tonight. Sorry, Ellie, not you.